所拨打的电话已关机。你所拨打的电话已关机。Sorry, the subscriber you dialed is power off.
Martin?
Hot damn, Susie. Troll the net, Google Earth, call all your contacts. This is slipping between our fingers.
It's Shawman again.
Hi, Shawman.
Martin, this is really getting tight. I can't keep them off my back too long. We just need to do something.
Yeah, Shawman, but...
Look, Martin, I know. We got suckered into this Vietnam thing. These bags have been bursting all over. I just can't handle it anymore.
I had my doubts about that sweatshop deal, but you wouldn't listen. You got lured by cheap prices.
Martin, I accept. But the damages Walmart is claiming will wipe me out clean.
Shawman, I'm working on your specs. I am working, okay? Just let me do my job. Have I let you down yet?
Another few days, and I'll need to look for a job. And you, a business.
I know that, Shawman. Tell me something new.
Martin, it's getting really tough now.
Check out East Europe. Try Taiwan, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Antarctica. Do something. We've got to crack this one.
I already did. We have been burning the wires all weekend.
Have you called Taiwan?
The capacity just isn't enough.
Cambodia?
Mailed, no response for the last 5 days.
Indonesia?
They still haven't confirmed on the specs.
Then call Thailand.
No diets.
They're expecting the moon. And besides, you don't want to risk the Vietnam situation again.
God, no. They got our ass in the sling last time. The Red Dragon.
After the last caper, Uncle Sam was not going to let them dump anymore.
Hey, Susie, something interesting just popped up.
Is that going to put Martin out of his misery?
It just might. Flexituff India.
They're FIBC people.
Yep. Seems like they have ventured big into BOPP.
Martin, if it's Flexituff, they might just save your day.
I'm not gonna bet on those guys.
Hang on, Martin, hang on. They have led the FIBC trade for far too long. Do you remember that BAG Corporation deal?
Yeah.
Exactly. They know their business.
Worth a try. Let me mail them. We'll let you know in a while.
Cynthia, call them, mail them, Skype them, just get them on the line.
Hi, this is Flexituff. We are flexible enough to play ball and tough enough to deliver on demand. For inquiries, dial 1. For customer support, dial 2. If something's on fire, dial 3.
Good morning. This is the CEO's office. How can I help you?
This is Martin from Martin Signet Partners. We're looking for BOPP bags for a Fortune 500 client on an ASAP basis. Who shall I speak to?
I have just the guy you need. Give me a moment.
Mr. Martin? Good morning. I understand you're looking for BOPP bags?
Yes, I am, but I need them fast and I need them big to my specs. If you can do that, we can talk business.
Can you tell me what exactly are you looking for?
Of course. I need 1,050,000 BOPP woven bags to be dispatched in a fortnight. Samples in 5 days. 10 color printing, Pantone matched. Secondary resealable closure. Perfectly printed, baled, and dispatched from an AIB compliant facility. I know these are tough specs for India, but we're talking big numbers here.
You are talking to right people here, Mr. Martin. If anybody can do it, Mr. Martin, it's us. If you really want this done, I suggest you reach Delhi in next 36 hours. From there, we take over.
It's going to be tight, but let me get back to you on that.
I bet you've cracked this one already.
I hope you're right, because if you are, I'm cracking a bottle for you folks. Call up Flexituff, tell them to meet me in Delhi.
Done.
Martin, I hope you had a good flight to Egypt.
I did, but this whole trip happened so quickly.
Oh, you've been really galloping your horses on this one. Sounds like a big deal in the making.
Well, it's a long and complicated story. The BOPP business has been quite volatile lately. A lot of our buyers are switching over from paper bags to BOPP, and not that they can't read the writing on the wall.
Yes, that change appears imminent.
So how long has Flexituff been in the packaging business?
We have been the largest polywoven packaging company in the world. We have been among the top 3 FIBC companies for almost 5 years now.
Tell me about it. You've started selling to some of my clients, like Tate and Lyle for one, right?
Yes. In fact, should you have the time, I would like to show you our FIBC plant too. There is absolutely nothing that is outsourced. Every component, every ingredient, except the polymer resin, is being produced in-house.
Wow, that must give you quite an advantage in FIBC.
That's an advantage we've been extending to our buyers worldwide.
How long have you been in BOPP?
We have been into commercial production for the last 1 year.
1 year? So, you're a new kid on the block.
I expect my plant to answer most of your queries. I should also like to believe you haven't seen a BOPP plant this size, nor a company like ours.
Well, that's quite a claim. I'll have to reserve my judgment on that.
Check it for yourself.
Wow, it's huge.
As we like to tell our clients, size matters.
Well, if it works, you bet it does.
Mr. Signet, welcome to Flexituff. I'm Saurabh Kalani.
Of course, I know who you are. Nice to meet you, sir.
I hope my people are taking good care of you.
It's been quite fruitful.
I'm delighted. Quite candidly, I've been looking for an opportunity to prove my point. Your requirements not only allow us to test our metal, but also gives us an opportunity to prove ourselves to the rest of the buying community.
Well, I certainly hope so. What got you to invest in the packaging industry in this scale?
It was a natural extension of our growth, Mr. Signet. We always wanted to be a total packaging solution business. When we were emerging, we wanted an integrated plant. Then we had our first integrated plant at Indore. After that, we felt the need to have a R&D facility in-house to further our growth. Come, let me show you. Here it is. Martin, at Nanofill, we are developing materials for tomorrow. Biodegradable plastic, nano compounds, hybrid polymer blends, and modified polymers for extreme conditions. Research will always be our focus area at Flexituff.
See, at Flexituff, we ensure that our bags have no issue in stacking 25 bags high and bags do not fall.
Guys handing him over the key of the city, and he says genuine. You know what? I'm sure this time the mayor must be busy changing the lock.
Hey, you know, guys, it looks like one big happy family out there.
Well, it is. Martin, these are the times to have open houses, and anybody out here, regardless of their rank, position, they can set the agenda. In fact, in one of the last open houses, Chetan and his team, they forced us to have a relook at domestic marketing. And from a 100% export marketing company, we have now become a leading domestic player. It's interesting.
See, Martin, I insisted on Saurabh and Mahesh both because we obviously cannot allow the best products of India not to be sold in India.
In the hindsight, it was a wise decision. We are so routinely engaged in export that we forgot the size of our own Indian market.
I do agree with the wisdom of the decision. I only hope that these guys, they don't apprise our pots here.
I'd like to imagine that we are due for a raise. Martin, while we are waiting for your samples to arrive, let me invite you to our FIBC plant in Indore.
It would be my pleasure.
Martin,
Yeah, Susie.
Truman is ready to burst his spleen. He's been calling every hour.
Damn, Susie, just tell him to can it, will you? Save it for another day. Yeah.
Are we popping that bottle open then? Martin? Martin?
Mr. Martin, I'd like to welcome you to Flexituff and to India. We believe that relationships aren't forged, they're nurtured. There can be no business until both of us gain. Which is why, when we welcome a guest to our premises for the first time, we get him to plant a tree in our garden. We're proud of those that have taken firm roots in our terrain. They stand in testimony of lasting relationships. I dare suggest, at the cost of sounding pompous, Flexituff is not just an entity of business. It is a way of delivering value to our clients. And how does that happen? By building gigantic plants, by building state-of-art equipment, by extending most value for the least price, by being responsive, committed, quick. I'm afraid that would be looking through the wrong end of the telescope. Discount the obvious, forget the size, ignore the reach, wipe out the range. But what will still remain is the wisdom acquired by making mistakes for 2 decades, the distilled, refined residue of having been in the polywoven industry through its evolution. Flexituff, Mr. Martin, is a combined effort of 7,000 member team riding on the spirit to make it possible. We are happy to have you with us, Mr. Martin, and we hope that the tree you plant will bear fruits for you and shade for us.
Thanks, Gautam. And I must admit, when I had met Atul upon arriving in Delhi, Atul claimed that I might never have dealt with a company like yours. Back then, I do recall hearing this with a certain degree of skepticism. But now, after seeing your factory and the way you work, I'm impressed. Flexituff is unlike any other company I've ever dealt with. And I sincerely hope that this tree that I plant here bears fruit for all of us. It changed my perception of dealing with India. It's been a pleasure being here.
Pleasure was entirely ours, Martin. We will deliver.
Shawman, save yourself the grief, Shawman. We did it. But if you do business with a sweatshop again, it's your ass, not mine.
What's this?